that it's a thing that one can attain, that there's some state where you are suddenly a non-dual being or an awakened being, and now you're in on the joke, and all the other poor humans are just walking around bumbling and banging their heads into shit. That's not it. You are those humans. That's it. When you understand how little you know of the universe, you are awake. And I'm not the first one to say this. Some of the greatest minds of all time, like an Einstein, says, the more I learn, the more my ignorance becomes apparent. That's where I'm at. I have no idea what any of this is. No idea. I find myself here. Wake up in the morning, the world is here. I didn't put it there. I didn't make it. I'm not in control of it. I can have some idea about it. I read it in a book or heard it on TV, video or something, and then I take that overlay that I have learned intellectually and I put that on the world like a grid. And I say, oh yes, and now I see it's all one thing. Really? You know, the universe is just one thing, and you know that how? Where are you standing so that you're viewing the whole universe and knowing that it's one thing? You don't know that. You don't know what anything is. And that's why I'm not a spiritual person. I have no interest in spirituality. I think it's a dead end. And not all of it. There's 5% or 2% or whatever it is that actually speaks this way. Actually, Buddhist psychology is misunderstood, but and so people imagine that they're going to attain this salvation or something. That is actually not what's being said at all. What's really being said is there is no fixed you. There is no myselfness that has a duration and lasts and becomes permanent. It's not you find I am and now you've got it. That's Hindu metaphysics, and I don't agree with it. It's not my experience. What the Buddha taught was that what we call myself is made up of various elements. One of them is conscious awareness, but that's not the only one. There's a lot of them. Feelings, emotions, the physical body, etc. I won't make the list, but those all come together moment by moment. And we create a myselfness out of them, but that myselfness has no fixed essence at all. And so there's nothing to become. There's just this, what is. That's our experience in each moment. And your experience is not my experience, which is another critique I have of so-called oneness. If it was really oneness, then we should all know the same things, experience the same things. No, that's not the way it is at all. And one of the things that I benefited from a lot in coming to an understanding is my years of doing psychotherapy, because then you get to sit with one person in a very strange kind of social situation. It's a social situation because there's two people in the room, but you're having a conversation that does away with all the niceties entirely, and you're allowed to say whatever you want. And what arises there is a lot of truth about what we are as people that I think gets papered over in this kind of, the word escapes me. There's kind of a piety about all this non-duality. Oh yes, oh we're all so loving, and no, we aren't. We are not so loving. Loving is part of our repertoire as humans, and so is snatch and grab. It just is. Look at the world around you. It's not easy to make a living in this world. Money doesn't grow on trees. People have to get out there and do things to survive. And a lot of that is not loving at all. If you are an unaware person, an awake kind of person, you can conduct your life in a loving manner. But if you get your back to the wall and you're really threatened, a lot of that might disappear. And you might find yourself doing things you might not have imagined. And so my critique of spirituality, Emerson, is that all of that is pushed under the rug. Everybody just wants to be so nice and kind and sweet. And Nisargadatta had it all figured out, or Ramana Maharshi, and just, oh, well. And that's I'm not there. It's fine. People want to do that, great. There's something for everyone. I do get that. I don't mean that there's anything wrong with it. That's not my point. But I'm not there at all. Never have been.